There we go. Now I'm live. There we go.
We are live.
Yeah, buddy. We're live now. We are live. We are live. Yeah, that's for sure. Did you watch any college football?
Yeah, I did. Watched a bunch
How
of them.
about those Texas Longhorns, brother?
Yeah, they're going to win it all. They're going to win it. And I think Georgia is still going to get to the finals, even though they lost their first string quarterback. I think they're still
Yeah.
going to get there. And I think Texas will beat them because this time they don't have that quarterback, and Texas has made it pretty close both times. So I think Texas is going to get them on the third try. Look at Barbara saying. She's saying that because she didn't get a shot at me.
I forgot to hit the live button, Barbara, and me and Nickel up here just chatting away and everything like that. No, we're not. Hey, Dale, how you doing, brother?
I think he's doing a lot better. I asked him in Sal's, and it seems like he's doing really well. It's good.
Dale Val says Merry Christmas in the chat. Hey, Mark. Yeah, I can imagine, Mark. It's a good thing. As you can see, things are changing around already. So it's incredible what's going on. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's good. I like that, Barbara.
Well, I guarantee you I'd have got nailed if I didn't get up here like I did. I would have been timed out for 5 days or something.
Yep, she would have. She'd have been all over that like a duck on Junebug. That's for sure. That is for sure. Oh man, I tell you. And it was fun watching football. Oregon just they're on a tear. So they did really good, and Texas did good, and it'd be interesting to see the Ohio State game and Texas play. I think that's where they're supposed to be playing, in Ohio State and Texas.
No, it's Ohio State and Oregon.
Oh, Oregon. Oh,
And you know that Ohio State went to Oregon and they just lost. I mean, it was very close. And the quarterback on their team just took off running with the ball and slid to kill the clock because he thought they could get the punting crew, the field goal crew out. And it was he lost track of time. And by the time the whistle blow or the clock stopped, it was over. Oh, they might have won that game. I don't think he could have run it in. He's not that quick, so they would have stopped him before he got into the end zone. But
yep.
So I think Ohio State's going to beat Oregon. That's my prediction. I think they're going to get them. Now, if it had been Oregon, if they'd have beat Oregon the first time, I'd have said Oregon would have beat Ohio State. But since they lost to Oregon, I think Ohio State will beat them this time. Now, Ohio State did look good.
We'll see, because they look really good. Both teams, but that's going to be a good game to watch. You watch.
Yeah, Ohio State played. I thought of all the teams I watched, I thought Ohio State did the best in round one. That's what I thought.
Now who's Texas playing? Georgia?
No, Texas wouldn't have to play Georgia until the finals.
Oh, okay.
So they play. Let's see. Boise plays. Is it Penn State? I think it's maybe the teams that's still alive is Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State, Boise, Georgia. That's 5 of them. I can't think the other 3 right now. Oh, no. Clemson got beat.
Yep, Clemson did get beat.
I don't know. Some of the teams that were waiting, they're not. I think Texas plays Arizona State. I think it's Arizona State.
Oh, okay.
I think Texas wins it, but man, Arizona State has gotten better every week. So you don't know how good they're going to be that next game. But I think Texas will beat them, but I think it'll be a good game. They ain't going to go off and leave them. So it'll be a good game.
I think so. It's going to be worth a while watching, that's for sure. That is for sure.
I got Texas winning it. I think they're going to win it. I think that loss at the end did them really a lot of good because they said, hey, we're beatable. We can be beat. And I think that they're going to really clamp down. And I think Texas is going to win it.
Well, I tell you what, YouTube took more of my subs away from me last week. I think they penalized me by taking subs. My subs just keep going down. Even though I get emails from new people, my subs don't go up. They always go down. So it's I don't know. You just kind of wonder what they're always doing, because I've got 8 people watching right now, and I'm kind of wondering why. Normally I have about 20, but it just seemed like these, nobody's getting notices and stuff like that on the, people coming in and stuff like that. So it's interesting to see how I get treated. Even though they've let me, I can actually pin a comment now. They let me start pinning comments. I was surprised about that.
Yeah, and then what Mark said, Trump will save America. I think what we should say is Trump will try to save America. He will make the effort. He will try. But as I was talking to Rocky before we came on, the Republicans are fighting. And I knew that was going to happen. I just knew it was going to. And when they get these cuts, when him and Elon and all them call their special conference and they say, we're going to cut this, we're going to cut that, we're going to cut this, they're going to get so much resistance, you're not even funny. And it'll be Democrats and Republicans teaming up together, because if their district gets a major cut in spending, that affects them getting reelected. And so you're going to see Republicans come out against it too. I'm just telling you, just be prepared for it, because that's what happens. They'll be the best of friends, the Democrat and the Republican in those districts, because they want that. Because they want that money, because that's how they get elected. That's it's called bribing the electorate, and that's what they both do to get elected. They say, I'll give you this, I'll give you, and it's taxpayers' money, and we got to cut it out. And if it costs a couple Republicans a spot, then it just has to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dale was telling, he says he was sorry, but he didn't mix, and that, which I don't blame him, word salad, like, trying to work around YouTube's all their garbage that they put on people, because their YouTube is owned by Google, and so they're going to be going after people. Hey, JM, thanks for coming in.
Well, I tell you, Barbara's on the warpath, man. She's on. Well, I got the philosophy of supply side economics, which Kennedy used and it worked, Reagan used and it worked, and that's when the rich people want to make more money. Greed is good for them. They all might die and go to hell. I don't know. Yeah, it may happen. Because rich people don't seem to need God. Because they've got everything they need here, but they will try to make more money, and by doing that, they create jobs, they buy equipment, they need people to run that equipment. And so even though we don't have a perfect system, it's still the best system that's out there. It's sure better than socialism. So
that's true. Yeah, Tom Larson made a pretty good comment about tax breaks and stuff like that. So it's hey, Snakebite, thanks for coming. It's going to be interesting to see what's going on. I had Tony this week and last week. Tony gave me a bunch of information on Tony Erickson. Gave me a bunch of information on all these recalls. And I was kind of surprised to see all the recalls on food, that's going on right now. Every time I turn around it, when I started looking into it, hey, THS, the drums are all over the skies in New Jersey tonight. Yes, it is.
Did you see what Barbara wrote?
Let's see. Biden already created more jobs than anyone.
I tell you what, I'm gonna call the late night circuit and have her on as a guest because she's gonna get.
We're 79. She said she was gonna be special. Hey, Steve C. She was gonna be special guest tonight. So 79 said she. Yeah, she said she'd be there.
I think the wealthy wanted more wealth, and by doing that, they know they got to invest it. And that's what you got to do. You got to come up with a system that they won't sit on their wealth and or take their money offshore. So supply side is the best method to make them keep the money in the United States and reinvest it. And when they reinvest it, it creates jobs. I mean, it's just economics 101. I mean, it just is, and that's the system we have.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly right. That is so right. Well, talking about the system that we have and all this stuff, what does anybody have any? Hey, looky there, 79 is here. Yay, 79's here. Thanks for coming. You're late, 79. You didn't get to kick Nickel to the curb. Hey, Water Possibilities, thank you. Hey, Bellows, thank you. Bellows Forge, good to see you. Thank you. Yeah, Tony Erickson sent me some information on all these recalls, and I'm like, the more I check into it, the worse it's looking. I mean, why are we getting all these recalls on our food system? It's mind-boggling to me. I've never seen so many, and to see that, like, I'm gonna cucumbers. Now, cucumber. How does a cucumber get salmonella? There's a recall on December 21st of this year. What is my opinion? I'm fixing to tell you, it's really strange that cucumbers are under that recall and are talking about salmonella outbreak. Now, I don't know how cucumbers could get salmonella. What would cause salmonella to end up where it's going to be? It's just incredible. I was just
I have a theory. I have a theory. You want to hear it?
Sure.
That's 79 and Barbara. All right. This is what I think. In Mexico, we get a lot of our stuff from Mexico, and they use human waste as fertilizer, and that's exactly why I think we get all these problems. It's because they continue to use human waste for fertilizer.
I've never heard. Hey, Lucky Star, thanks for coming. I mean, that's horrible.
I know it.
If you think about it, and this is kind of a little off the wall here, but in Vietnam, the punji sticks were dipped in the same stuff to create bacteria. If you got, hey, America, good to see you. It's kind of interesting that.
Yeah, they used the Vietnamese. They used the North. They used urine.
They would mix urine and stew number 2 together.
Yep.
And they would dip the punji sticks in it. And then what it would cause, your punji sticks would puncture a hole in you, but what it was is the bacteria that got in your system was what was dangerous. 700 pounds of food.
It caused an infection to the point you might lose your leg or arm or whatever.
Exactly. You know that Barbara's
urine.
got a pretty good idea. She says food regulations cut back. You know, it's a good possibility.
Dale says about urine is it is if it's like, how would I say this, fresh, you know, but what they would do is age it and do everything they could to do that, because it would cause infections, and they wanted our people to suffer in captivity. So they were mean dudes, man. Japanese were mean too in World War II. I mean, it's amazing because before the war they're so polite, you know, nice and all that other, and then if you become an enemy of them, I don't think you can get anybody any meaner than Japanese. They were just vicious.
79 wants to know what a punji stick is. What's a good description of it's a bamboo stick
with a point on it. With a point on
it. And what they would do is they would dig a pit and have the pit covered up, and they have these bamboo little sticks at the bottom of it. So if you fell in it, you could get stabbed. Barbara says Trump cut back regulations. Don't you remember? No, I don't remember that.
I'm glad he did. You know, if you cut back regulations, the red tape, so to speak, you can get things done faster. You can cause growth faster. You're going to get more things done. So that's good. Now you can't completely cut them back to zero. Same way you can't use tariffs to fix all your financial problems. But yeah, when he does that, I think that's good overall. A business will definitely help business, because we got environmental red tape. You've got all this stuff you got to worry with and do and get the okay, and just all the government agencies you got to deal with. It's stupid, and some of them overlap each other. So you got to get the okay from this agency, and you got to get the okay from that other agency. So go Trump, cut the red tape. That's what I say.
Oh Lord. Oh, it's. Did you see what she said about me not remembering the red tape?
Well, I don't. You mean the show? I don't remember the show her saying that, but no. So yeah, but too many regulations is ridiculous. You know.
Right. Yeah, that's really that's really good. Oh, you're welcome, Tony. Yeah, I want to say again, Tony sent me a lot of information on all these recalls, and we'll get. Hey, Red Crawler, Nickel is bringing down the show.
Nickel is running for his life.
Nickel had got by the skin of his teeth today. From Barbara was ready to get him. She was going to pounce on him. Yeah, that was quite humorous. Quite humorous. You know, these. Well, anyway, let's go back to the cucumbers. And I will post all these articles so you can read them after the Agent Orange chemical that they use would kill vegetation in Vietnam, cause so many health issues to everyone who got it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's some pretty mean stuff, that Agent Orange. But you know, you think about all the cucumbers and stuff like that, you just kind of like, okay, how did it get? And it's linked to 100 illnesses in 23 states. So where are they growing these cucumbers at? Are they growing them here in the States, or are they growing them out in Mexico or China? They're growing them in China and shipping them over here.
I think it has to be Mexico, because we can't grow stuff like that now, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And now, by the way, how do you like your cucumbers? Because you're a kind of a Southern guy at heart. Do you like them in vinegar, regular, or pickle?
I love them pickled. I like them in vinegar. I like cucumbers. They're good for you. Taste good.
Yeah.
And I've eaten dried cucumbers too, like tater chips, and those are pretty good too.
Oh, dehydrator?
Yep.
I've never tried them on with the dehydrator. I've got a dehydrator. I've never tried them with the dehydrator. I should try that sometime.
Yeah, they're really good. You want to put your favorite spices on them and
Salt.
soak them and do it. That'd be no regulations hurt us the people. All right. But yeah, that great on sandwiches. I agree, Lucky Star. They're really good. And there was another one that would really surprise me. All the ground. Now, this was in December the 18th when they did this, a few days back. The USA issues warning after ground beef shipment tests positive for potentially life-threatening bacteria. So you kind of wonder, how is this at 167,000 pounds of beef? I mean, that's a lot of beef. Or should we call it bull BS, But but Wolverine Packing Company issued the recall on the beef sent out. So it's really E. coli is just jumping up everywhere. So what I haven't seen it, and all this stuff is not hitting the mainstream news. I've had to, like I said, Tony, hey there, Red Light, thanks for coming in. Tony Erickson sent me these creamy cucumbers. I've never had creamy, but I guess there's all different ways. But you think about it, all these different recalls, and Lay's potato chip. Now, here's another one that I was. They're doing a recall because of the batches of chips now here in Oregon and Washington for people managing allergies. Ingredients have serious health consequences. And who's watching all this stuff? It just one right after another. That this was given out. Let's see the date. December 19th was the date on this article, and I'm thinking, why is all this stuff happening all of a sudden? What's going on? Is Barber got the call in the mainstream news there and doing that?
Well, we get most of our meat from China now.
Well, that's what bothers me. Why are we buying meat from overseas? And I think they're buying some from the southern South America too, like Brazil and some places. Why are we buying it when we can produce it here and we sell the excess off? So
it's probably in the long process of feeding it, raising it, shipping it, and the process, all that total process is probably leading to more of these problems. If we just did eat homegrown beef, eat homegrown vegetables and fruits, we probably wouldn't have as much of a problem. But you talk about Barbara, how we're cutting back here, they've got no regulations there. So they can do pretty much anything they want up until the point that it gets into our country. So it's probably on their end that all this stuff's happening.
Red Light is asking a question, Nickel. He said he wanted to know if you were a sports card collector.
I'm not a collector. I have them. I get them to resell. I've got a bunch to resell, but I don't collect them. Except Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench I still collect because he's my favorite player. And about the only one I don't have of him is the 1968 Venezuela, and everything on the back of the card's in Spanish. And I've been looking for it. It's a very expensive card, but that's about the only Johnny Bench I think I don't have, except maybe some of the newer ones that are reproductions or something like that. I don't have a whole lot of those, but so that's it.
Yeah,
that's
Johnny
it.
Bench.
I don't collect anybody else. It's just Johnny Bench. I collect cereal boxes, cards, posters, books, autograph, anything that's Johnny Bench, I pretty much have.
See, Tony is talking about in Wisconsin. They butcher their own beef, in which I'm really picky about where I buy I don't get my meat at a grocery store here. I go to a meat market and buy my meat. It's a little bit more expensive, but I know it's all bought from local beef suppliers. Hey, Johnny Wick, how you doing? Thanks for coming. But I buy mine from an actual meat market, as that's all they sell is meat. So, like I said, it's more expensive. But hey, Robert Kemp, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Robert Kemp in the UK. He is saying hi tonight.
See what Red Crawler said? You know it.
I have over 500,000 cards. Holy, that's a lot of cards there, Red Light.
You see what Red said about Ricky Henderson?
Ricky Henderson. Nope. Let's see here. I beat Ricky Henderson. Got the Vax nickel stacking.
You better believe it.
Yep. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Red Crawler. I mean, he was he's way too young.
And he was in good health, athletic. He didn't have vices. He didn't do drugs. He didn't drink, because they've interviewed him. He said it. He tried to make his body a temple, and a temple body does not go that way at 65 with pneumonia. Right. That's when you get to be 80, 85, 90, 95. That kills a lot of older people. And that is, by the way, that is a lot of people that have done what I can't say on here, have gotten pneumonia. A lot of people. It does cause pneumonia.
Yep. It sure
does.
A
bunch of people died of that. A bunch of people.
Dale Vale, are you still here, Dale?
Oh yeah, I can, Barbara. For a lot of things.
Conspiracy facts, Barb. You'll soon see. You'll never believe. I believe that.
And this kid that you work with that died so young, there's no other explanation for it.
I think I'm not going to say what I think he got, but his heart, his brain, his lungs, liver, all of it was enlarged. And so if it's enlarged like that, it's that stuff will give it to you. And he had just gotten COVID too.
Yeah, and you know how they explain it? They say that the COVID itself causes a swelling of the heart, not anything in regards to that. They blame the actual, but yet people that didn't get the and they got it, you don't hear them having these problems. Right.
All I can say is I got to be careful with what I say, about that stuff. They will spank me again. I'm just getting out of the doghouse, so I'm trying to be really pro on everything I say.
You'll be minus subs tomorrow.
I'll be getting another strike. Is that what you're saying?
I think you'll be minus subs. They'll say you're 500,000 in the hole. You don't take 20 years to get back.
I'll never get out of it. Well, it's not that I'm scared of them, 79, but they sure have been messing with me hard. I can't tell you, when I got that spike, I was like gum on the bottom of their foot, and it was tough. It was tough trying to crawl out. So now I'm starting to get some of my stuff back that I had. So, and it's quite difficult. I'll tell you that right now. It's quite difficult, and so I can't say anything on that. So has anybody had any internet problems here lately? Have you been having issues with your having internet or going down or anything like that?
I lose my connection a lot. It comes back, but I change providers, so I may not have the firepower that I had before. Right. But I don't know. I mean, but yeah, YouTube. I've had trouble with YouTube. I start a live and it just circles, and everybody comes in and says, "We can see that you're live, but we can't hear nothing because they said we got this circle thing." And so YouTube has been pretty bad. I mean, lately, it seems like to me, and there's other channels complaining, saying that hey, at periods that everybody was having trouble doing their lives. So,
right. So here I've been having to be really careful with because I have seen. Yeah, I've been doing the same thing, Red. That I have to be really careful sometimes. It seemed like I got a baby YouTube and my even because I have Comcast or Infinity, whatever you want to call it, for my internet, and it's just like it seemed like it runs really slow at times, and I only have my computer on it. It's been really crazy.
well, I want to ask you this: do you order through Amazon?
I do.
Have you had delays getting your packages or anything?
I haven't had any problem with any packages as far like 2 days has been about the longest. It just depends on what I order. I had one that was out about 10 days on an order, but
well, they're striking. They're striking.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, the workers.
I did not know
I think
that.
they're taking turns right now. They didn't want to all out strike before Christmas, but it's like certain ones strike, and then so they're kind of working and striking at the same. I don't know how to describe it, but it's not like a full blown strike. But I think after the first of the year, it'll probably be a full blown. So you probably ain't gonna be able to return anything anyway, unless you can go to a store near you.
Yeah, if I return anything, I got to take it back to an area that's one of their Amazon distributors or store to take it back, and I make sure I get my receipt and stuff like that. But I make damn sure if I'm going to order it, I want it, or there's unless there's something wrong with it. Hey, Long Live Coins, thank you for coming. Long Live Coins says hi, Nickel.
Hello, LLC.
Articat. Yeah, Tony was telling me that Articat is shutting down the snowmobile. They build snowmobiles, and he said they're shutting down. I just heard that from Tony today, so I don't know about that.
Well, Jeremiah Bay. If you ever watched him, he's in California, and they did a little field trip. He goes out, does a show, and they went to a Christmas tree. They went to 2 or 3 of their lots around them. They were loaded with trees, and nobody was in there buying them. So wow. California's dead. I mean, I think they're in a depression.
I think they are too. There's a lot of people leaving out. I see a lot of people up here from California coming up here. They're just driving people away,
But I mean, this 4 or 5 days before Christmas, a lot of people are still buying trees, and they weren't buying anything there.
Wow. So what?
Grizzly.
So did you hear about the Mint raising their prices on their coins? That's from the Mint. Did you hear about that?
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, I knew they did. They are. You mean they're going to do it again? They're going
to do it again. Right after the first of the year, they're raising up all their clad stuff anywhere from 5 to 15%.
I bet you first of the year the post office will go up again on first class stamps too.
Oh, I bet they will too. Neil is responsible for Californians' downfall. Oh God. Yeah, that's I tell you, I'm getting really fed up with them. And after that debacle they had with that Stax Bowers, they took all the gold privy. Don't worry, Rocky, the felon will bring down the prices. I certainly hope so, Barbara. I hope he does. Yeah, they it's been pretty crazy on hey, Truthful Troll, thank you for coming. Rent's going up also. I don't, I don't rent, so I don't know. But I will, I will say one thing. I think that the U.S. Mint is taking their products to a level that the average collector won't be able to buy a proof set. Like a proof set, a clad proof set, now mind you, this is clad, is going to cost $40.25 after the first of the year. Now that's clad. I think that's just that's
Price
good,
gouging.
Dale.
That's price gouging.
Yeah, it is. They're just going crazy on stuff, and it just everything is. I mean, 15%. Now think about it. Have your wages gone up 15% last year?
Well, I have a business, so I set my rates. I probably have increased my rates by 15% on some, but not most. Most I kept it the same.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard. If you're a
got
business,
it. Yeah,
if you're a business,
say-
it's hard to estimate what the fuel price is going to be. It's almost
Right.
impossible.
Barbara says that Trump said it's hard to bring down the prices once they're up. Yep, it is. I don't disagree with that, Barbara. We'll see. I heard Elon Musk is giving away money to anyone who would rather have him as president. That's funny, Lucky Star. That's funny. But I did hear some stuff in there, but I can't make sure that it's happened. That bill that they passed, the little 150 sheet bill or something like that, compared to the 1,500, they really put some pressure on those people up there and got that passed. So yeah, that's true, Dale Val. It never stops. It never stops. That, and so it really is. So here was a interesting, and this is going to be the last one I'm going to bring up, because there's quite a few recalls, but this one here is on retailers, and oysters are got salmonella or something in them that, we always worry about if they have red tide, and you don't eat oysters if they have red tide. Now you can tell if an oyster has red tide, but the FDA is actually going after restaurants and telling them, making sure that they don't got all this shellfish that they're doing and oyster shipped into certain states and stuff like that. Hey, Eagle Steve, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Thank you for coming. So it's really crazy to see how many recalls. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 recalls up here with all going to have links to, and I'll put it in the end of the stream here. But it's every time you turn around, there's a recall, and I love oysters. Raw oysters are awesome. So you know what they say about raw oysters, don't you?
I don't think I've ever eaten them.
You've never eaten raw oysters?
They're slimy, like I ain't gonna eat that.
Oh man, they are good stuff, man.
Hello, Lucky.
I tell you what, you know what they I've never eaten sea turtle. I don't know about you're supposed to even kill a sea turtle.
No, I don't believe you're not allowed to now. They're protected.
I think they're endangered species now.
Snapping turtle, it's delicious. They say. I never got to try it yet. I want to try turtle soup sometime. I hear it's unbelievably good.
I've eaten turtle down in Texas, and it was soft shell turtle. And what we did is we fried it, and it's really good. Really, really good. Tastes like chicken.
Yeah. When they get run over in the road, box turtles, it looks like spaghetti.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, you don't want to eat those, but ones that we ate were fresh from the ponds. Soft shell turtles, they're good. But it's just astounding. 5 recalls this month. This was December 18th that the FDA puts us about oysters. And I'm just kind of like, how, it just could be a bug on your PC. Yep, that could be, Dale. That's very sure. Yeah, oysters are, yeah. I now like frog legs. I've eaten a lot of frog legs in my days, Tony.
I like those.
Yep, frog legs are good.
Tastes like chicken.
Yep, tasted like chicken.
Squirrel tastes like chicken.
Yep.
I don't know rabbit. I've heard it's good, but I haven't ever had rabbit yet.
Kerry says he likes clams. I like clams too. And I'm being real careful how I'm saying about clams. So oysters are nasty, slick. Slick bite don't like
well,
them.
you don't have to worry about choking on them. What's that? What is the Asian dish they make? And it's the stuff on the bottom of the ocean, and sea turtles eat it. Darn, what is that? Anyway, that was like rubber. I went to a Chinese restaurant once, and I said, "Man, I can't even chew this." So I had to get rid of it. But no, I like clams, shrimp, lobster. I love crab cakes. I mean, I can eat that. I love it. You can put a little vinegar on there. My Lord, that's good.
Yeah.
It's sweet. It's a really sweet meat. I love it. Lobsters are okay. I'd rather have crab than lobster. Scallop is I don't know how anybody eat. I guess I just got bad scallop because other people just, it's so good. I couldn't chew it. It was like eating rubber.
Yep. I'm not much into scallops either. They're just not good.
Alligator
rabbit.
Good.
Like you started talking about rabbit.
Yeah, I just can't do it. I couldn't raise them and kill them to eat them. I just couldn't do it. But now alligator tail's good. I've had alligator tail jerky. It's good.
Yeah, that no Christmas shop this year for people because food costs are eating up all the extra funds for families. No vacation. Truthful Troll, I have to agree with you. I went to the store and I was in shock. And I go to one of the cheap stores. Winco is the cheapest around, and it's just, and I just barely get staples and stuff. I can't believe milk is nearly $5 a gallon now. It was $4 and something when I bought it. I can't believe how it costs for a gallon of milk. So
have you grilled salmon on the grill?
Oh, I don't grill it. I mean, I have, but normally I smoke it. I roll it up in my little paper and put it in my pipe and smoke it. Man, it's really good.
Yeah.
You never smoked salmon?
Yeah, I've had it on the grill before. I thought it was really good. So.
Yeah. I agree with you, Barbara. The prices are getting really high. I agree with you. Price gouging. It's just incredible.
Yeah, but Trump ain't in there yet, Barbara. You got to give Trump some time. He will lower at least some of the prices on some items. I don't know if he can do across the board. There's just too many things, and it's so messed up. He may not be able to clear the board, but he's going. I guarantee you gas is going to be lower.
Oh, definitely.
And
he's
gas
already starting the pipelines going.
Yeah, and if it gets lower, that's going to lower inflation by 2 to 3% at least. Probably, maybe even 25% of the price, because that's a big factor in there. Because the fuel it takes to get the stuff to grocery stores and everything else, that's going to be like dirt cheap. So definitely, the prices at the grocery is going to go down. It is. I can't tell you how fast, but it will, depending on how low he can get gas. And I think he can get gas to $1 a gallon.
Yep, exactly. Let's see if JM wants to come up and yak at us. I forgot to invite him up, so let's see if we can't get him to.
Yeah, he can give us an update on the strike of the postal carriers in Canada.
Yeah,
that's a mess there.
There's a link there, JM, if you want to come up. The felon will do. The felon will do it. Okay.
Woo!
Yep, that's for sure. I thought 79 was going to be my special guest tonight, but she said she was going to be, but I was disappointed she's not up here. Do you want to come up, 79, and chat with us?
I offered her a one-on-one interview. She comes up and does a live, and I said I'll unblock her and everything on my channel, and she won't do it. That's better than gold. That's better than a gold eagle.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, but she'll probably disagree on that. Hey, Mike, thanks for coming. Great chat. We're having a good chat. So, how's the strike up there in Canada, JM?
Hey, Rocky, Nickel, everyone, good to see you. The strike is now over.
Oh, all right. That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, I think they cleared that up the beginning of last week. But the caveat to that is they said they're not taking on any new mail until the backlog, gets cleared through. So, it's not going to get worse from here, but it'll take a little while to get things back and humming again. The amount of delivery services here, like UPS, FedEx, and the like, is just going crazy. I'm seeing 3 to 5 times as many like courier trucks as I've ever seen in my life, just in the last 6 months.
Well, let me ask you this: is this the first time the Postal Service of Canada ever struck? Have they been on strike?
No. Yeah, they've definitely gone on strike before. This is the first time, though, right at Christmas that I recall.
Well, that don't help your baby Castro out at all. He's gone. He's gone. He's through.
Baby Castro.
Let's get an update on that while you're here. Let's talk about Canada. They're our homies. So what's going to happen there on him? What's he losing by now?
Well, see, and that's it. Like, where are you going to get your numbers from? Are you going to trust, the mainstream media here? I think similar to in the States, a lot of the numbers are skewed and mismanaged. But yeah, I've got a pretty strong feeling that he's going to be ousted, certainly within the next 3 to 6 months. I think it was originally scheduled for October, but I think they're going to get him out of there sooner. I'm seeing a lot of people that used to vote, liberal, left wing around here. And like, even in the chats and YouTube with other Canadians, people that, really supported the left wing previously are now like, holy cow, like Trudeau single-handedly destroyed Canada throughout his reign, shall we say it.
I would call it a terror, wouldn't you?
Well, he's a self-proclaimed communist.
Yes.
And that's why I can't believe people would frickin' vote for him. Like,
I can't either. I hope they give him the boot.
Yeah.
He did to the truckers. Remember what he did to the truckers? He froze up all their assets.
Oh, man, wasn't that something?
Yeah. Yep.
That was...
even lots of his left-wing supporters, like the finance minister, Chrystia Freeland, she's even walked out on him. And, like, she's about as communist as they come to. And she's even said, man, like, you're nuts. So,
well, how about this? We got a Canadian up here. The Providence that wants to join the United States. What's going on with that? Is there any more new news?
Alberta. I tend to think that they'll continue to embrace American values and be very, very open to working with, and even somehow.
There it goes. You see what happened? It just disconnected. Anyway, here's a giveaway tonight. 2 consecutive. Well, they're not consecutive. 44, but I'll get them 41. We'll make sure they're consecutive and stuff like that, but we'll have consecutive $2 bills for a giveaway tonight. And so let's see how many.
Time is flying, isn't it? Time is just flying. Time is flying.
It went by. It was a good subject tonight. What happened? Let's see here.
I got the number.
How many's in the stream? Yeah, let me see how many's in the stream. We got 20 watching. Let's go 1 through 30, and we'll start. Let me put the start going. We'll go through 1 through 30, And Barbara's got 69, 1 through 30. There we go.
She can't, and she's worried about inflation, and she can't even she can't count 1 to 30.
I want a good one today, Rock. Oh, that's great, Lucky Star. 1 through 30. So
I think 2 picked the same number. I already have my number
let's
made.
see
I've already
here.
got my number
11,
picked.
9.
I got my number picked already before I came on.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm not seeing what numbers you see on there, Nicholas. Double.
I thought 2 people picked 24. I think Steve.
I see Water Possibilities did, but the one I think Tony picked 14.
I think Steve did too. I think Steve picked 24.
Steve picked 24.
I only see 24 once.
Steve picked 25.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Close.
Okay.
All right.
Eagle Steve got 30. Carrie got 13. Lucky Star got 16. Rick Crawler's got 1. Steve C has got 25. Dale Val, I don't see there. Where's Dale Val? He hadn't picked a number. Robert Kemp's got 18. So let's see here. Why are they so complicated? Because we like them complicated, 79. That way it gets more people into doing it. Hey, Mike, we already have a 13. Carrie's already picked 13, so can you pick a different number, sir? Mike Harris got to pick a different number. Eagle Steve's got 79 wins. There you go. Johnny Wick got 17. Let me go back up and check again. I got 13. Okay, Mike Harris said he's got 13. Okay, all right, so that's good. Steve, 25. Carrie. Oh, hey, Carrie. 13. I noticed you got 13. Carrie, can you pick a different number? Mike had that before. So can you pick a different number, sir, please? Ray Crawler's got 1.
The closest without going over. I guess we better say that too.
Yeah, closest one and not going over. 1 through 30. Okay, Carrie's got 6. Make sure nobody's got 6. And I don't
no refunds.
No refunds. Come on, 79. I don't see you picking a number. Come on, 79. All right. Mike had the first 13. Yes, he did. Yeah, Kerry picked a different one. He picked 6, so that's good. All right, Dale Val's 25. Let's see. I think we already had a 25 up here. Dale, yeah. Steve C had a 25. Yeah, Steve C has 25. So, Dale, can you pick a different number? Barbara, she did pick Rocky. Right on. There we go. Barbara's selfish. There you go. Truthful Troll, 25. We already got a 25, Truthful Troll. Steve got that one. Everybody wants 25. There we go. Dale Vale done to 24. Let's see. 24 is Water Possibilities has got 24. I don't see a 23, though, or a 22.
Everyone gets 3 guesses, right?
Yeah, it's just very stressful right now.
I got a feeling if you said one between 1 and 1,000, you'd have 3 people.
We still 20. Okay. 22 there. Truthful Troll. 24 was picked by. Let's see. Somebody got 24 up here. Water Possibilities. So 22. Jamie Foxx has got 22.
Rocky always reads Barb's comments correctly, I see.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people always pick 22 because Caitlin Clark's number is 22, and they just know I gotta go. I've already done her number. So she's
Yeah,
retired.
25's already been picked, Truthful Troll. You got drop down to 21 or something like that. Truthful, there you go, 21. There we go. That's it. Dale Val's got 20. He's picking 24. He's picking, okay. All right, Truthful. All right, let's go back up here and check everything here. I'm just trying to make sure we got them all. Okay. I think we got them pretty well close here. I like that puppy there, Mr. JM.
Thank you, sir. It's one of my favorite dogs at this present time. Good to see everyone.
All right, I think we got everybody in here now, and yeah, there we go. Okay,
Ready?
5 by 5. There you go. That's good. All right, Dale Val. Okay. All right, let's go. Stop. And Truthful Troll putting 0. All right, let's see what number it is there, Mr. Nickel.
Okay. I think this is right.
Need a drum roll?
There you go.
Don't turn it up. It should be showing. Bam!
24.
There it
It
is.
is 24. All right, now why did you pick 24?
Ricky Henderson's number was number 24.
Oh, Ricky Henderson. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Hall of
all right.
Famer. Set the record for the most single steals in a season, and he set the all-time record for steals in a season.
Okay. All right.
And
let's see here.
he had 3,000 hits. So
Water
there you go.
Possibilities at 24. He was the first one, right on the money, honey. So, Water Possibilities. I know Water Possibilities, and let me give you my email. Send me an email there, Mr. Water Possibility.
I think my next dog, JM, is going to be either a female Chihuahua, a Rat
Yep.
Terrier,
Yep.
Jack Russell, or a like a shepherd dog, Border Collie.
Okay.
That's probably one of those four would be probably what I pick if I get another
And
dog.
would you get it as a puppy or would you rescue it?
If it's probably a puppy other than a Chihuahua, because I'm pretty good with Chihuahuas. So if there's a mean female that wants to tear your face off, that's probably the one I would adopt,
Gotcha.
because nobody else wants them. I mean, that's why they're in there.
Well, all three of those.
You
that
know,
you
I'm
mentioned-
thinking about getting a Chihuahua. Do you think that Chihuahua would go good with 9 cats?
Well, they're about the same size. As long as they leave them alone, as long as they leave, if it's a male will be more aggressive than a female.
Yep.
Especially if you get the male fixed, and it'll probably be fixed. If you get it rescued, it's going to be fixed. If you don't, you're supposed to fix them. They get a lot more aggressive after you fix them. So, but pretty much Chihuahuas are anything smaller than them, they don't bother. They want to go and smack a pit bull around, or a Doberman Pinscher, or a German Shepherd. Chico hated German Shepherds. He wanted to go to war on them. I mean, I had to hold him. He was the stoutest little 6-pound dog I've ever seen, and he wanted to go after that German Shepherd. And I said, Chico, you're going to get killed. And but he did not like bigger dogs. That's who he wanted to go after. The little dogs, or an insect, or a frog, he didn't know what to do with them because they were smaller than he was.
And also, too, we're going to go with I got me some new dongs. I'm going to dong you. I'm going to dong Water Possibilities with a new dong. He's going to get my new dong. And he's going to like my new dong.
Right on. It's another dog.
Yep, another dong. Yes, he's going to get my dong. So,
But Chico was really a smart dog.
Yeah.
He was incredibly smart, but he was more stubborn. And so when you get to enter the stubborn part of it and cantankerous part of it, he sometimes didn't think he was, but he really was. But those breeds I named, they're some of the smartest breeds that's out there. So I kind of like the smart dogs.
One of the biggest elements that cause people to run into problems with their dogs is they get a high energy breed, especially, and that's why I was asking if you get a puppy or like a one that's already mature as a rescue. is they get high energy breeds and they don't do enough, nearly like not even close to enough with the dog to help vent all of that energy and give them the mental and physical stimulation that they need. And
Especially
then
when they're
the
young.
dogs go, and then they go, they just go stir crazy. Like taking a young dog for a 1 hour walk a day is not even close to enough. Like, they need 3, 4, 5 hours a day for them to really be fulfilled. When they're, say, between 2 and 4 years old.
But the probably two smartest dogs, in my opinion, is probably the Jack Russell. Man, you can train them very quickly. And the Border Collie. The Border Collie, they are smart. I mean, it's just all there is to it.
Yep. Many of them are smart, but they're all bred for different objectives, different roles. And if you can, get it so that what they're doing is right along the lines of what they're bred for, then that's when they're going to be happiest. If you have a Jack Russell Terrier or any sort of hunting breed and you've got them cooped up in a freaking apartment, that dog is going to be miserable whether you realize it or not. Just my humble
79 has a good message for everybody.
Just don't use human waste to fertilize it. That's all I'm saying.
What kind of fertilizer do you use, 79?
Well, it's weird because the Amish and the Mennonites around here have been using their own livestock's manure as fertilizer in their fields for hundreds of years. They've got the manure spreader when they're cleaning out the stalls. They got their manure pile, and then they go and they spread that out, in the fall and over winter. And, that's their primary fertilizer.
Yeah, that is good. Dead fish is what 79 uses, which is not bad. Pretty good stuff.
Sardines are actually good.
Worm dirt. Yes, I agree. Well, I think it's already an hour's gone by. Tonight has gone by really fast. Coffee grounds, yes. I like coffee grounds. I don't like coffee grounds on my avocado plants. I don't like it. So I don't recommend that.
Don't night crawlers like coffee grinds?
Yes, they do. They really do. They sure do. Well, I'm going to call it an end tonight. And everybody, I want to thank everybody for coming out. And Water Possibilities, be sure to email me your address so I can get it to you. And JM, thank you for coming up. And Nickel, thank you for coming up. I appreciate it. And it always goes good when you have somebody up here to chat with. So good night, Barbara. Thank you for coming. And we'll see y'all later.
Make sure 79 remembers my offer.
I will, but she's supposed to be coming up next week. Next Sunday, you're coming up. Yes. Next Christmas. Yes. There you go.
I should get, if I can get her to come up and say face reveal for 79, I probably get 100,000 views. So,
yep. Thank you, Johnny Wigg. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. And we will do some more next week. We'll have a short week because of Christmas, but I will be back here Sunday. So thank you and good night, everybody. And y'all have a good night. So thank y'all.
See you, Red.